So a few days ago, this young fella, life was taken while doing this whole ding dong ditch prank the other night in Houston. Uh, I've covered it. Given my thoughts, opinions on this whole thing before, and you would think that it would have went away, but for some reason, it's still going on. And it's funny because every time I see the story, every time the story is on the news, it seems like it escalates. It escalates. First, somebody gets shot at, then somebody actually gets shot, then it keeps going, and now someone's life is taken. And we're talking about 11-year-old boy. But anyway, I want to watch a couple of these news stories, and again, we're gonna go over it because we're going to see if we can't figure out who's at fault at this with this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Let's hit it.
New details about a child's game of ding dong ditch ending in tragedy. Houston police say an 11-year-old boy was shot and killed Saturday night while running from a home on Mimbro Street in East Houston.
He died Sunday afternoon, and the man who fired the shots has not been arrested. Orko Manna has the latest on the investigation.
Now, this is an old video because there are updates to the story, which you will see here in a minute.
And what neighbors are saying.
Homicide detectives tell me the 11-year-old boy shot and killed after doing a doorbell prank at this home was visiting family for a birthday party about a block away. Tonight, neighbors call this a tragedy, but also a wake-up call. People are heard yelling in this surveillance footage from near Racine and Fidelity Streets in East Houston just before 11 p.m. Saturday. About 25 minutes later, video shows a Houston police car driving by. Shortly before, a block away, investigators say a group of kids ding-dong ditched.
So you saw somebody yelling, "Why were y'all over there?" So I'm going to assume that the boy was already shot, or the friends was running back to the house to tell the family members. So now the parents or whatever you want to call, they were hysterical. Let's go.
This home on Mimbro Street, a prank where they rang the doorbell and ran off. The suspect, described as a middle-aged man, allegedly came outside, chased the kids, and shot the 11-year-old boy in the back. He died in the hospital Sunday afternoon.
My heart and my prayers go out to the family.
This neighbor, who didn't want to show his face, says he lives near the boy's family and that they hold gatherings with kids often, but no one's ever bothered him. Ding-dong ditching, is this something that you noticed happening in this neighborhood?
Kids are just being kids. I feel like we've all played these, ding-dong ditch.
So they knew that they...
Now, he sound like he caping for the young boy because I'm sorry, ain't nobody playing ding dong ditch at 11 o'clock. And that's the issue that I really have with this is that these kids, 11 years old, are out at 11 o'clock at night. But I'm gonna let this finish because it's some things that I think y'all may not, maybe y'all understand, maybe y'all don't understand. But let's go.
They weren't doing it. They were doing something, wrong.
But this neighbor says she warned the same kids earlier in the day Saturday.
As this happened on my street about 4 p.m., my neighbor's door got a knock, and then I caught them before they could knock on my door.
Her thoughts on the shooter's actions?
Maybe they thought they were under duress.
Texas law follows the Castle Doctrine, which allows homeowners to stand their ground against threats using deadly force. But KHOU 11 legal analyst Carmen Rowe tells me, quote, "From what we know, it is difficult to imagine a homeowner reasonably believing children playing a centuries-old prank posed a legitimate threat."
I kind of hold both of them accountable.
This neighbor saying the suspect and the boy's parents should have known better.
It's an innocent life taken that he could have avoided. The parents could avoid, but you got to teach them and let them know what's right and what's wrong. And it's wrong to knock on somebody's door playing a prank.
And he is absolutely right. Shout out to Pops, to the OG right there saying, you got to teach these kids. That man running out on his porch, shooting at them. I mean, yeah, you could say it's wrong. Because the first thing you're thinking is, He's shooting at kids. But 11 o'clock at night, how do you know that there are kids? Uh, 11 o'clock at night, even if they are kids, how do you know that they are not trying to set you up? You see what I'm saying? Because see, these are things that you have to teach the kids. Look here, you go knocking on these dudes' doors. You know what I'm saying? It's not even enough to say, hey, don't be over there ding dong ditch and don't be kicking nobody's door because something bad can happen. These kids, you got to give them examples. You got to you got to explain it to them. Like, look, you go and you know what I'm saying? You go and knocking on these dudes' door. Okay, let's say he's a criminal. Let me tell you the odds of what he's thinking, what his mind is gonna be thinking. Somebody coming, knock on the door, take off running. Person come out, see nobody. Do it again. Person come to the door, nobody there. 2 or 3 times, person might say the hell with it, not going to the door. Now, let's say if it's a criminal that's trying to set this man up. He don't know that. You could be trying to set him up. That third time you don't come to the door, boom, they're kicking the door in because you're still sitting on your couch. It's just like I know stories back in the day where people used to, back when like car alarms in the late 80s, early 90s, folks used to steal people's trucks out here in Texas, in Dallas area. And they would take tennis balls. This is what the police would tell you. This is what the police would tell us. They take tennis balls and hit them against people's windows in their trucks, their little Nissans, and or the S10s or whatever. If it go off, they take off. You know, they might run off. Person come outside looking, turn the alarm off, go back in the house. Boom, boom. You know, do it again. Person might look outside, turn the alarm off or whatever. Or they might hit the window to see the alarm go off. If it goes off, they might go down to the next person. If it don't go off, now they're gonna like, okay, we're gonna steal this truck. But say they hit it, alarm goes off, they go under the truck, cut the wires, cut the battery cables, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Put that sun gun in neutral, roll it down the street. I think that's how they got one of my cousin's truck back in the day. Roll it down the street and, and take what they need off of it and then take off. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's you gotta think. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and kids don't understand it, but that's what you gotta be thinking as a homeowner or car owner. Somebody ringing my doorbell at 11 o'clock at night. Man, I turn my ringer off at 8. Can have been about when it's dark. I don't care if you family. Unless you done we done already made arrangements for you to come through. Don't come to my house at that time of night. Come act like I can't hear you. And I got a ring camera, so I'm gonna look. And if I don't, and you ain't supposed to be there, I'm gonna like I don't see and keep going and roll back over. But that's something like say kids don't really understand, but that's something you got to explain to them. You don't know what that homeowner might do. That homeowner might think you are trying to break in his house, and he will come out and try to shoot you. Period. And you will die and not come back. This is not a video game. Like the old man said, you got to teach the kids.
Houston police say they're interviewing several witnesses and they're still looking for more surveillance footage from this neighborhood. Reporting from East Houston, Orko Manna, KHOU 11 News.
I tell you, such a tragic outcome to what began as a child's prank. We'll continue following this investigation.
So, yeah, it was a child's prank. Now, I want to play this next video before I give my full take on it too, or what may have happened. Because a lot of people wonder, like, why this cat is out at 11 o'clock at night. And I can probably figure it. I could probably guess, put 2 and 2 together and guess why they were out at that time of night.
Mandy Serrano.
And I'm Lisa Hernandez. Charges are filed in the murder of 11-year-old Julian Guzman. He is the boy shot and killed playing a game of Ding Dong Ditch with friends.
42-year-old Leon Gonzalo Jr. is charged with murder. Our Joy Addison joins us near a memorial for Guzman, which was set up on the street, Joy, to honor his life.
Yeah, Lisa and Andy, that memorial is just here on the street, and behind me, this is the shooter's home. Now, you mentioned a murder charge, but the district attorney says he plans to upgrade that to capital murder. Neighbors out here say that several kids were running around, knocking on doors and running away for about 5 hours or more before this tragedy happened. Now, Guzman's cousin was with him at the time of the shooting, and according to charging documents, they were attending a birthday party in the neighborhood with family. He says he told police that they got bored and decided to run around and knock on doors and run away as a prank, often called Ding Dong Ditch. He says they knocked on Gonzalo's door several times and ran. After the last time, as they were turning around, they saw a man wearing all black come out of the gate on the side of the house. While running, he told police they heard gunshots and saw that man extend his arm and shoot one more time at Guzman. That shot hit him in the back and he fell to the ground. His cousin says he had to army drag him across the road while he was screaming for help.
Man, now that brings a new light to the whole situation as to why they're going to charge this man with the capitalist, murderous charge that they can. Because he came out the side gate. So, which meant that he knew, well, hell, he knew they were kids. He knew that they were ringing other people's doorbell, knocking on people's doorbell. Matter of fact, he could have, cause what did the lady say? He came, the young boy came to visit his family for a birthday party that day. Okay. So, which means they're all in the same neighborhood. He said the boys stay family stay like a block away. So they all stay in the same neighborhood regardless. That man could have easily went around the corner to work to that party and told them parents what them kids were doing. Matter of fact, like in the last story where the lady said that she caught them before they knocked on her door. They know exactly who these kids are and who they belong to. It takes a village, right? They could have easily went to this boy's house, to these kids' house, to the family and say, hey, these kids are knocking on my door. I need them to stop. You know what I'm saying? It's just period. It's not funny. It's not cool. Need them to stop and turn on to the parents. If they couldn't do it, okay, then we get the police involved. But nah, him coming out the side gate and then shooting at them. I mean, hell, he could have came out the side gate. You know what he could have did? Oh, excuse me. Man, you know what he could have did is when they got up to the door, he could have shot in the air. Could have shot a couple times in the air, told him get away from this, get away from my house, and shot in the air, and they could have took off. And I'm sure it never would have happened again. But this dude, he was so pissed off. I don't know. Maybe he was in the middle of getting some, and they keep interrupting him. He pissed off. I don't know, man. But he did go too far. With that bit of information,
Guzman later died at the hospital. Gonzalo, the shooter, his wife, and their 2-year-old child were at their home at the time. A neighbor says a group of 4 rang her doorbell just hours before this tragedy happened, and she says she regrets not calling police.
They had come down my street, and I caught them on my security cameras playing the game. And I exited my front door and gave them a warning to not trespass. If I thought that something like this were to happen 6 hours later, I needed to call the authorities. And that is my biggest advice for residents.
We believe that this is an intent.
She shouldn't blame herself. I mean, hindsight is 20/20. I know it. I would say the same thing. You know, could do it again. I would say you do it again, call the police. I mean, that's something you would have told the kids. And then if they would try it again, because thing about it is, truthfully, if you would have called the police and you know they only did it one time, police wouldn't have came. I mean, they would have came out maybe a couple of hours later to see if kids are, you know what I'm saying, going around knocking on people's door, but they wouldn't have took it serious. You know what I'm saying? But it would have taken like multiple calls before the police came out there and patrolled and rounded these little snot-nosed little boys up and take them home.
Intentional and knowing act. This wasn't reckless behavior. This was a direct shot to the back of an 11-year-old who was running away, hence the murder charge. And as we go forward on our way to what will be a grand jury presentation, there's a real possibility that we upgrade this to capital murder based on the age of the victim.
Now, police say they recovered around 15 AR style weapons from inside of that home where the shooting happened behind me, and investigators spent most of the day out here combing through this grass. We're not sure exactly what they were looking for, but they did have metal detectors. I just
Oh, he had an arsenal.
got off of a call with the DA, and he says they are looking for ballistics to confirm the type of gun that was shot during the incident. Reporting from near Galena Park, I'm Joy Addison with KPRC.
If he hit that boy with an AR-15, my God. My God. He was highly upset. But yeah, he in the wrong. He should go, go to prison, what I'm saying, be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And I only say that because the way they tell the story, he was outside in his yard waiting for them to come back. And when they came back, he chased them down the street. They didn't steal nothing. All they did is ring the doorbell. Now, again, these kids, stupid as they may be, and kids are stupid. Going back to knock on somebody's door more than once doing this, you can't be that damn bored. God, all these kids are bored. I guess mom and dad must took their cell phones. But let me tell you why I feel like they were out at this time of night. Like seriously, if you think I'm wrong, then I mean, let me know. But I'm sure that this is probably what it was. I have been to birthday parties or parties in general. Birthday parties in general with people from, let's say, the Hispanic community. Matter of fact, couple of my closest friends, are cats, from the Hispanic community. We talk all the time, all the time, whatever. We go to fights, basketball game, sports ball, stuff like that together. That's what we do for years. Oh, I remember one time, one of my buddies invited me over to a birthday party for a little kid, and I'm like, man, I don't need to go to birthday. Nah, it's all right. This is like my single days, what have you, in between marriages, whatever. He's like, man, come on, just come on, just kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? Just come on over. I said, man, the little kid at birthday parties, you man for it? Nah, man, I'm cool. He said, no, man. He said, just come over, just come through around by 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. I'm like, for a little 2-year-old. I mean, I don't know how old the kid was, but it was a little kid. I'm like, damn, a little 2-year-old. I said, yeah. He just, man, just trust me. Went over there. Bottom line, I didn't leave till probably about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and they were still partying. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know that they know how to party. They can turn a 2-year-old, 1-year-old birthday party to like an all night thing till the next morning. Cause they're celebrating, family getting together. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Shoot, matter of fact, I went to more than one because, like I said, ain't nothing wrong with it. Matter of fact, shoot, I know because if I have a party, I invite people. When I was inviting people, I would invite tell them to bring their kids too. And folks be like, man, why you want them to bring their kids? Because my thing is, I'm not a person that's going to really party all night. So once people bring their children and feel comfortable, once their kids get sleepy and ready to go, then they're gonna want to go. And then once one person leave, everybody gonna start following suit. And that's exactly what happened at parties I used to have. But even like my homeboy, the dude I told you what I was just talking about, where his family, was having like a party. I remember he was having a party for his I want to say his daughter when she was little. And I think it was a 1-year-old party, and he was gonna have it at the house. And he'd be like, man, people gonna come to my house and tear up this, and they're gonna be drinking, they're gonna want to leave. And I told him, have it at a recreation center, hotel, a little conference room, what you call it, like a little ballroom or something, or a recreation center. Have it there. Because one, you can only be there for a few hours. And two, they ain't tearing up nothing of yours. All you gotta do is clean up and leave. And that is it. And he did it. Because again, he know his people, his folk, you know what I'm saying? They will party all night. So my point is, they probably at the party. Kids, after a while, kids get bored. Homeboy, cousins and stuff in the street. Let's go do something. Let's go find something to do. And they start doing a little ding dong ditch prank, which is not just knocking on somebody's door running. 9 times out of 10, they knocking, kicking, taking off. Now these little kids, they might have been, but most time it's knocking, kicking, take off running, and stuff like that. Aggravating people, just aggravating people. So they was probably so the reason why they was probably out that time of night. Shoot, family. That's how family out there partying, still in the backyard partying for a birthday party. Still, that's not late. 11 o'clock is not late for no birthday party, not at all. And they probably don't know where the kids at. All they know is the kids are quiet. They ain't have no problems. They probably down the street at auntie's house, or they probably down the street at cousin's house. And so we know where they at. We know they close. They can't get in trouble with too much trouble with each other, or they in the house playing video games or whatever the case may be. No problems. No problems at all. So that's why they was probably out at that time of night. So before people say, but I'm not justifying it, because really, shoot, you just gotta know where your kids at all times. You just got to. No matter what you're doing, parenting does not stop. Like I say, they probably thought the kids were close, going back and forth to family house. Hell, I done that back in the day, when you got family living next to you, you know what I'm saying? Or friends down the street or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You walk from your house to their house, middle of the night. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shoot, you know where you're going. You're in the neighborhood. What could possibly go wrong? So your parents ain't really tripping. But like I say, parenting is hard, man. And it doesn't stop, and you have to know where your kids are at all times, especially at 11 o'clock at night. At 11 years old, they need to be in the backyard. Like seriously. But again, the whole family stay in the neighborhood, so who knows? Hell, I stayed in an apartment complex one time where it was like 10, 11 o'clock at night. One time I got home and the whole damn apartment complex was up because these people, families were staying in different buildings. Excuse me. Families in different buildings. So they out all night barbecuing, playing, or what have you. So so the whole where your kids at 11 o'clock at night, it doesn't always it's not always the case. That doesn't always apply to every situation. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Sad story, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll stay on top of this and see what happens in the next couple of years with this court case. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. With that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.